Okay, so they've been disbanded. Now we're gaining 1700 per turn, which is absolutely marvellous. The Gauls have been pacified. The Geats are sailing along, doing everything that they need to do. All that is left for us to do, really, is to head north and capture this desolate region. Now, do we want to capture it with the braided ball? I think we do. I think we do. They're not doing anything down here other than bolstering the public order for the moment. And whilst we have them spare, Senred might as well continue his good work. Senred? Elder? You are just the man for the job. Get yourself up here and capture us another region. Resettle, rebuild, and report back when all is done. Or should we wait one turn to see what these British do? The reason why I'm a bit concerned about the British more than normal is because of the fact that this diplomacy situation, obviously the British are not massively happy towards us. The Picts aren't either. Mainly because of their faction leader. Could do with assassinating him and hoping that the next leader is a bit more favourable towards us to buy us a bit more time. That would be something to consider. Anyway, trade with the Vandals.
Speak quickly and well.
Seasonally trade offer. Always turned down, of course.
Well met, friend.
As is that one.
Your words move me.
Right. We'll just wait one turn. I'm just a little bit apprehensive here. Camulodunum has a decent garrison because we have converted it over to our settlement. So there's a garrison there of just the one Nordic levy. Oh, maybe I stand corrected. And that's Corinium. I'm looking at Camulodunum here. There we go. So they've got a semi-decent garrison. It's nothing's marvellous, but it's decent enough. Whereas this land down here, Corinium, is not converted, so it has a paltry garrison. And that'll be right for the picking. So if we take him out, it'll be a little bit open to attack, and they could just slip round and attack us if we move out. So I'm a little bit... Just wait one turn to see if he does go into Gaul, I think. Plus it'll give us an extra turn of building up our funds as well, that we can then spend on upgrading the settlement itself once we have resettled. One thing that I'm liking about this game and finding quite a different experience from previous Total War games is I think we're around about turn 40 now. Can you believe it? About turn 40. And we have barely scratched the surface of Britannia. If this was a previous rendition of a Total War game in the past, turn 40, you'd be on your way to conquering God knows what right now, wouldn't you? You'd be well on your way. Where the hell is he going? We'd be well on our way to great things, whereas now we're just sort of edging and inching along. It's quite a tough campaign, and it's a good change of pace, and it's certainly a different experience. So anyway, here Senred is gaining office as an elder. We have a population surplus in Britannia, which we're not going to spend right now. We're going to use it to upgrade this one, I think, when we get to 5. So we're just going to wait a little bit longer. Alright, we have an agent. We have unseasonal conditions. A good winter. A good winter indeed. Extra sanitation and wealth from industrial building. Always a welcome sight. Okay. So Senred is now elder. I think High King Gewis is going to go for his usual embezzling funds once per year. Thank you very much. And what else can we do? Nothing else. Nothing else. Let's have a look-see here. Yeah, so that's fine. So he's embezzling funds for the year. He's now taking up role as elder, which is good. It gives extra influence and extra wealth from industrial buildings for all regions. And of course, Wigboa is back. He's now going to become a companion as well for his efforts in the war against the Gauls. So there we go. Okay, so we got 10,000 gold pieces. We're getting 1,800 per turn. Public order in London, or in Britannia Superior, is now green face. Things are looking stable. We've got two of our armies back in the field here. So there's very minimal opportunity for our enemies to capture any of our lands. So I think we've just got stability. As I said, turn 40, we've just about got stability. Alright, we need to push on from here now. We need to push right on. And if it wasn't for these idiots that are... I'm a bit suspicious of these guys because they've moved from here, and if they were going to Gaul, they'd come down here. But they haven't. They've gone all the way round and then they've plonked themselves here. What are they up to? They're suffering attrition because it's winter, so I mean, let them crack on. They ain't taking that. They ain't taking this. Not with that paltry force. In fact, I wouldn't even think they'd take that, to be honest with you. But I can't afford to move this army out whilst they're sneaking about here. So we'll keep waiting. We'll keep building our funds up. There's no rush. But then we can't wait all night, can we? We can't wait permanently. Londinium has a garrison force. You see, even Londinium's garrison force isn't marvellous. Because if this was a bit better, with the walls and stuff, what I would be happy doing is taking the Sons of Saxony, putting them in here, letting him go off, and letting the Londinian garrison and Camudulanum's garrison just stand fast against these guys. But Londinium's garrison isn't spiffing. So I'm wondering if we should bloody upgrade this for now. We'll give it one more turn. Sometimes I think the best thing to do in this game is to just not do anything at all. Let your opponents make the first move. So I'm going to, as was shown down here with the Gaul, so I'm just going to carry on that theory and just let the British play their hand. I mean, the relationship between them and us apparently is improving. Oh, where are the Franks going? They're getting a little bit close to my shore. They're getting a little bit close to my shore. Okay. Not sure I like the look of that. Imagine if the British and the bloody Franks attacked me at the same time. That'd be nice. Just disbanded my fleet as well. Oh dear. This game doesn't half know how to kick you in the balls. And is that a picked army? Just on the shores of modern day Cornwall? The very same Picts that are allied with the British? But the British do end up moving towards Gaul. And guess what? Guess what? Gewis has embezzled some funds. Additional funds, in fact. He's great at doing that. Wigwood has taken his office as companion. Alright. And the Gauls are no more. They have been wiped out by the Franks, which is not particularly something I'm excited to see. That is why they have some ships mulling back and forth here, but as we can see from the diplomacy, the Franks aren't exactly best buddies with us. We are deteriorating in relationship and they are growing in strength and power. We're about 50-50 right now with these guys, so if they were to suddenly turn on us, it would be a bloodbath. Which makes me think the quicker we conquer Britannia the better. We need to get a move on. We can't afford to dawdle too much here. But in the meantime, let's see if we can at least buy ourselves that time that we need to get a little bit stronger. And by that I mean, can we negotiate non-aggression?
But do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know truth.
I ain't paying 1600 for it. You're having a laugh. So they're not interested in trade. They're not interested in non-aggression, which is not a good sign. Nothing else that we can do really, is there? other than just keep our fingers crossed that they don't turn on us, because knowing our luck, what they'll do is they'll wait and we'll pull all our forces north to take Britannia by storm, and then whilst we're away and busy, they'll stab us in the damn back. That would be a move and a half. But whilst the British have sailed off our lands and the Picts can't land their boats here, I don't think. Can they land here? I don't think so. I think the only way they can land is if they go round there or round this way, and we'll see them coming. It's now time. We have 13,000. We have plenty of money, plenty of troops, and Senrad is an elder, and he's been tasked with a mission. And he's going to go carry out that mission now. Lindum, it requires bringing under Saxon rule. Let's go take it.
We take this settlement for the tribe.
So it's going to cost us 1,500 men. Only 8,800. That's not too bad. We overcompensated, which is good. So let's colonise.
For the tribe.
So it takes some troops. Of course, we can replenish back up to full strength in a few turns. That's not a massive problem. Senrad, as a result of capturing it, the army has gained some ranks in traditions, which we're going to put in. Now, what am I going to have? This army is going to be the army that takes the fight to the British eventually. So we're going to focus on some extra ammunition, maybe would be good. And also morale versus Romans, morale during forest battles, integrity, growth, horde growth, wealth. None of them really appeal to me. Melee recruits would be good. I think extra ammunition and extra unit experience for missile units, perhaps. Integrity when raiding. What's this one? Upkeep cost replenishment. You know, these are marvellous, are they? Enemy morale. Yeah, we're going to go down this. This is morale against a variety of factions, so we'll go down this route. Yeah. None of these seem to be that good. I might just be overlooking things. I haven't really looked too much into this. But they seem to be better in Rome too, these traditions. Anyway, maybe it's just the barbarian factions. Okay, so there we go. Boom, we have Lindum. We have another land to call our own. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing. It's going to take a bit of time and money to colonise it, but we're in the right frame of mind. We've got an income, we've got a good stability. Everything's looking okay. So, let's take Lindum then, and let's start our colonisation. To start with, we need to turn it into a torp. It's going to cost 2,400 and take 3 turns. So that's the first step. We can't do anything else, I don't think, until we get this one sorted. So we're going to have to wait 3 turns, which is fine, because these guys are going to be replenishing their troop numbers whilst that happens. Public order is on the rise. So by the time we do have this colonised, public order in this place is not going to be a problem. Lovely. But what also needs to happen is, because we have a new settlement, we need a governor to govern it. And who else can we think of to govern it? The man that took it. The man that's done probably more for this faction than anyone has so far, other than the High King himself. Senrad, off you go. Take control of Britannia Inferior. Only statesman. Oh, he's in charge of an army. He can't. Ah, okay. That's a good thing. Too much power might go to his head. So we've got a choice. We can have Wigbuet take the helm. So let's have a quick look at him. Is he a suitable man for the job? What does he offer in terms of governed province? He offers not a right lot, to be honest with you. He's not a great governor. He's a good commander, not a great governor. Which I think might prove to be a decent time to bring in a new member to the family. We're getting a little bit of power over here. We need some more nobles to expand our council. We need the ear and the words of wise men to assist us. So let's look for somebody who might be a good governor down here. It's going to cost us a little bit of coin to bring them across, but he's a steadfast defender. He's a master planner. And he's a power monger. Great stuff. None of these seem to be great governors either. Wow. Wow. 35, 35, 37. Master planner. What about Horser? Let's just check Horser out for a moment, because there's going to be a bit of a jiggery pokery in terms of the Sons of Saxony and stuff. So when I get my my third army up and running, he gives extra food, he gives construction decrease, he gives maintenance cost decrease, he gives public order and govern yeah, he's definitely the man for the job, isn't he? He's a great general, but he's also a very good governor as well. So okay, so Horser, you are going to have to relinquish control of the Sons of Saxony. Okay, a little bit of manoeuvring now, a little bit of manoeuvring required. Just bear with me, folks. So he's been kicked. And you know what I was saying about Attila? The time is now. The time is now, my son. Time to get your hands dirty. Attila's taking control of the Sons of Saxony. For now. So he's in control. And he gets a level up already, to be honest. That's nice. Very nice indeed. Right, we'll go down this line. Very good. Very good. Okay. And we'll give him some bits and bats. Armour. Morale. And we'll give him that. Okay. So he's in control of the Sons of Saxony. His father will be taking control of the new army. And together, the two of them, father and son, will show their mettle and might for the good of the Saxon people. And show why they are worthy of ruling over them by taking Britannia by storm themselves. So that's the plan. We'll see how that works. Okay. So we got to wait a turn for Horser to return to, or can he be put as governor straight away? I don't think so. He has to return. But when he does return, he shall be the governor of Britannia Inferior, working alongside Senrad to see the place in good order. To be honest with you, I might take him about here. If we can he see? He's still in he's still in Britannia Superior. I just want him to be able to get a bit of an eyeball on there. Right, so let's bring him back down. Regular patrols. Regular patrols here. Okay, so the Picts have moved down. The Caledonians are building here. Of course, we know the Caledonians have land down here as well. The Abdanians have land down here. Land here and here. So the British tribes are not looking too shabby in terms of strength. We just got to be careful of these guys. Alright. Good stuff. Let's have a look here and see what our religion is. It's now 35.7% and still increasing by 2.6 per turn now. Germanic paganism is now the dominant religion. So the religious differences has been reduced to -2. Marvellous, marvellous. How cheap is this now to convert? See, it's down to 5,000. Was 6.5. It's now 5. So we can. That's been brought down. So we'll look to that in the near future. But in the meantime, the focus has got to be on this. Right. Where's Britain? Because we are now next door neighbours with them, we can trade over land. Let's see if they're interested.
For my people's part, welcome. For my part, welcome also, and give me your wisdom.
They're not interested, you see. Not interested. It's a shame. It's a very big shame, I'm afraid. You're missing out.
Greetings, friend.
This is bloody annoying the hell out of me. Why does no one want to trade? I've heard that getting trade agreements is quite hard with people, and there is a new patch coming out, I think next week, with the Celtic Culture Pack.
Speak. Come on.
Which is a little bit annoying, because if there were Celtic factions were available from the start, I would have probably played them as this for this campaign. Being a Celtic tribe would have been nice, starting in Britannia. But hey ho, there you go. But in that patch, I think that they are addressing the diplomacy issue and stuff. So we'll see how that affects things. Anyway, I think we're done. Technologies are researching. Diplomacy we have finished. Franks, yeah, they've certainly increased their lot in life. As have we, really, technically speaking. So let's see what happens in the next turn. Oh, provincial governor. I know. I'm waiting one more turn for Horst to come back. Thank you very much for telling me, though. Right, where are we? 51 minutes. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll end a couple more turns. I know it's probably not the most exciting of happenings in terms of battles and stuff, but as I said in the last session, I hope you're appreciating that it's almost like a game of chess. Is this? You're just balancing on. What the flaming hell are they going? It's like a game of chess. One minute you think you're on top, and the next minute, bloody hell, a move happens, and you just got to rethink, refocus, replan, and oh, it all goes to pot. And then before you know it, it's checkmate, and you've bloody lost everything. That's what's happened to me in previous campaigns, and that is why I'm so tentative. I've got bad experiences of previous campaigns that I've tried and practiced on, and it's just left a bitter taste. I mean, I was never overly aggressive in the previous Total War games, to be honest with you, but I'm even more cautious in this one. Which hasn't really been a massively bad thing, I don't think, to be honest with you, because we're still expanding. It's taking time, but we're getting there. And I think it's, you know, it gives us more time to create the political situation. It gives us more time to enjoy the interaction between the characters and stuff. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this campaign. It really is a change of pace, and it's something different. Right, anyway, enough about that. A couple more turns, and then we'll end the session. So, right, we've got a little bit of coin. We're still having to wait 2 more turns before we can build anything else. So we might as well spend that money if we can down here. But that's 5,000. That's now 4,900. It's coming down all the time. So we can't buy anything here either. And I don't know what the hell they're doing. But they're severely weakened, so I don't anticipate them doing anything foolish. So. And the Franks are not quite as poor as the Gauls were, so they can afford to start to get Rotomegas into some form of livable condition, you know? But that'll hopefully keep them busy. That'll take their money, take their coffers a little bit, and they won't be too interested in taking war to Saxons, hopefully. Hopefully. Do I sound confident about that? No. Right, so the Braided Bolt are replenishing their troop numbers. This is marvellous. Should we... When should we start then? When should we start the commencement of our... of the recruitment of our 3rd army? We can't do it now, because if we do it now, it's gonna cost about 1,800 in upkeep. So it's going to bankrupt us basically. So we can't, and whilst we are trying to expand Linden, we can't afford to do it. So we just got to carry on playing the old waiting game.
How can I assist you? The shadows are friends.
Just got to carry on playing the old waiting until we've got Linden in at least a little bit of order here, with a farm and with I'm thinking the chieftain's hold or something for public order issues, although we've not got any, to be honest with you, but 2 buildings here, then we can move on. Shouldn't take massive amount of time. Britain. Yeah, they've got a force somewhere, haven't they? They've got a hidden force somewhere. I think it's in Gaul somewhere. They've got like a full stack waiting. I remember seeing an army of Britain down here somewhere when I was rampaging through Gaul with Senrad. I mean, that is not their strength. But then again, are they still allied with the Picts? Yeah, look. The defensive allies with the Caledonians and military allies with the Picts, so we can't even take their land. You know, if they weren't allied with those people, we could perhaps even risk capturing that and having, like what happened with the Gauls, having them go into a state of attrition. But because they're so tied in with the other factions, we can't wage war until we are properly ready. Ah, thanks for reminding me this time. Provincial governor required. Here he comes. Britannia Inferior, say hello to your new governor. He's a decent governor, and I think the best thing about him is he gives 10% discount to construction, so that's going to be handy when we're constructing those buildings over here. A little bit of a discount, every little helps. Does it not? Indeed it does. Okay. Right. Oh, edicts. Totally losing my mind here, aren't I? Right, edicts then. So, seeing as we are resettling, it would make sense for the first few turns at least to benefit from the resettlement edict. So we'll go for that. And then we'll, as soon as we have all the buildings constructed that we can, then we'll switch it again, like down here, to the Might of Two to increase our religious influence in the area. Right. This is the last end turn of the session. I think in the next session what we'll try and do is we'll try and keep ending the turns nice and swiftly so that we can get Lindum processed and get ourselves ready to launch our attack on Britannia. But for now, I'm happy with how things have turned out this session. It's just, we've got rid of the Gauls, we got some money out of them before they got eliminated by the Franks, and now we've taken Lindum, and that's on the rise. It's been successful. And if you're a Senrud fan, which I secretly am, you know, he also is on the rise, and he's planning for the future. He's looking past the High King Gewis, and he's looking towards Essler, because that's his chance to really make a move. When a weak and unproven king comes to power, a decorated war hero or an unproven man, who would you rather see leading the Saxons? And that's when he's going to make his move. And the Gauls have risen again, not to one to be put down. And we have a foreign trespasser, the mountain men of the Caledonians, come rampaging through, hopefully on their way to Gaul to assist in wars down here, hopefully, and they're going to leave us well alone. I mean, they wouldn't turn on us, because if you look at the Caledonians, they're neutral and deteriorating. Okay. This is another reason why we need to move quickly. As quick as possible, because our relationship with these guys is deteriorating by the minute, by the second. And the longer we dither, the more opportunity they're going to get to strike the first blow, potentially when we're not ready for it. So we need to move as quickly as we can, which is kind of a misnomer because it's going against what I'm trying to achieve here, but we'll go with it. Right, so everything is done. I'm going to leave things as they are here. So here we are. Senrud and his braided bolt, replenishing, a couple more turns and then back to full strength. Just looking after Lindum, new Governor Horsa, a couple of buildings here, and then we can happily say that we're done with Lindum. We can turn our attention to getting our third army ready for the strike. Britannia Superior, just need to get this small city, just need to convert, no, sorry about that, just need to convert this, and it's now 4,700. This is marvellous. And then we'll be happy with that. That's gonna have to wait until we've done up here. So just a few things that we need to achieve, but all in all, I'm happy. 27 public order. We're now here. An encouraged populace, extra growth, extra tax rate. This is great for our overall income. So yeah, things are working out well. In terms of diplomacy, as you can see, the Franks are growing. They don't like us. So if we look at that, I mean, we can see now that not a lot of people like us here. the more we expand, the more people dislike us. So I think in the next few turns, things might get a little bit hairy. But strap yourselves in and enjoy the ride, guys. The only people that are friendly are the Geats, because they are allied with us defensively. Now, can we twist their arms to go into full-blown military alliance? Let's just have a look.
Welcome, worthy friend.
No. And we might as well finish off with our seasonally trade agreement hunt.
What?
No.
You are welcome, although my ancestors and people
No.
expect talk with
Why, oh why are you so bloody miserable? Okay, there we go. Job done. So join me next time, folks, when we shall continue to expand Lindum and see it to stability. And then, once we have done that, it's time to recruit that third army. That third army, God willing, will be led by the rather elderly High King Lewis as a last swan song as he takes it north to try and capture further land for the Saxon people. Because he'd rather die on the field of battle, conquering lands for his people, than cripple in bed due to old age and ailment and fade away into nothingness. Let's hope he gets his wish. So join me next time for more fun and games, really, with the Saxons in Britannia. See you soon.